Another domino is falling for small business, the backbone of America's economy that account for 62 million American jobs, roughly half of the total. A few days ago, Bloomberg reported a new study that finds fully 43% of small businesses were unable to pay their rent on time last month. That's the highest delinquency rate since the darkest days of the COVID lockdowns. Keep in mind, small businesses employ almost half of all Americans, and the 33 million small businesses in America make up almost half of the entire economy. Moreover, the past 25 years, small businesses created 63% of all new jobs, so about two-thirds. In other words, big companies outsource jobs or replace them with machines. It's small companies that actually employ people. So why are small businesses in trouble? Simple. Costs are going up. Sales are going down. A few weeks ago, I mentioned data from the National Federation of Independent Businesses. That's the main trade association for small businesses. That data showed that small business optimism is at an 11-year low, as in the lowest since the molasses slow recovery from the 2008 crisis. According to that study, fewer than a third of businesses founded before the pandemic, which is almost all of them, are earning as much as they did before the pandemic. That's interesting considering the economy allegedly grew by nearly a third in nominal terms since the pandemic, but apparently inflation gobbled it all up and then some and has now left businesses unable to pay the rent. Even among new businesses, those founded since the pandemic, just 40% are doing better than last year, which is also strange considering we just came off a blockbuster year for GDP, allegedly. And yet small businesses are doing worse. In fact, nearly half cannot afford the rent. That's a Krugman-approved miracle economy. You would hate to see a weak one. So what's next? Brought to you by Unchained.com. Keep in mind, all these numbers are before the new stagflationary reality kicks in. At this point, we are getting near-daily reports of slowing sales, slowing hiring, and re-accelerating inflation. It has been 50 years since small businesses had to weather a storm like this, since the 70s, and apparently the small businesses that are the backbone of the economy were already falling down before the storm even hits. As in, the foundations were eroded by Bidenomics, and here comes the ocean. What could stop it? Simple. Cut the spending, cut the red tape, cut the small business taxes and the inflationary Green New Deals and billions for Ukraine. The problem, of course, is the incentives. From Washington's perspective, hundreds of thousands of failed businesses is not a threat. It is an opportunity to shift potentially millions of Americans from the small government entrepreneur class to the big government welfare class. We've seen this play out in cities from Detroit to Baltimore, where strangling small businesses actually worked out for the left that consolidated their power. We may be about to see this on a nationwide scale. A new episode of the Roundup podcast just dropped with all the daily videos. Check it out at petersaintonge.com. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.